Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mary and here you will find all sorts of content about personal finance, side hustling and launching a business, and a little bit of lifestyle. So if that is what you are into, you are in the right place. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's just get into it. So today I am going to do a what sold video, and what that means is I sold a whole bunch of stuff on eBay and I'm going to share with you exactly what sold, how much I paid for it, and what my total profit was. So stick around for the end of the video when I share the total profit, because let's get real, for me anyways, that's the real number that matters. The items that I'm going to share with you today, I sold, I would say, over the course of the past 2 months, probably. I took a hunk of time off around the holidays and the first part of January. We were just really busy traveling around for Christmas, and then early January, I went to Palm Beach with my older 2 children. And so I just really wasn't doing a whole lot of reselling, but I'm back at it. Things are selling again, and I also wanted to share with you exactly what I have seen success with. So quick little bit of backstory. I started reselling again, more significantly I would say this past maybe like August, September timeframe, and I do it as a part-time kind of fun side hustle. I really enjoy doing it. I did it on and off in the past for a handful of years, and now I'm just back at it. And I will say things have changed, and the biggest change has been really the reseller community. I really love connecting with other sellers and seeing what they're selling, and I kind of take some of their tips and tricks and incorporate it into what I am sourcing so that I can sell and make good profit as well. So I want to share with you exactly what I'm finding and what I'm selling and how much it is selling for. Now, some of these items, you know, it's a little bit of trial and error. Not everything that I sold, you know, was a grand slam. Like some of them I just broke even, and others I did very, very well with. So let's just get into it. All right, so I am just going to kind of scroll through here and we'll see what we have. I've got a bunch of really good stuff. Okay, so the first thing I sold was a women's Patagonia zip-up fleece. Amazing condition. I totally stumbled upon it by chance. I was at Goodwill and I was sort of like cruising the aisles, and I saw this like gray kind of like fleece thing, you know, sitting there, and I just thought it looked like high quality fleece material, so I reached out and grabbed it, and I swear I like silently screamed because I'd never found Patagonia before, and so I was super pumped to find it. So this particular item, I paid $10 for it and I sold it for $75. So that was definitely thumbs up. Great sale. I will say that was also a full price Goodwill store. That's where like most of my stuff is from. I don't have a bins by me. I'm jealous of those that do. Okay, the next thing that I have, ooh, yes, I sold a bunch of kids stuff in this time frame. So there was a day, and I did a haul video. I'm not sure if it's part 1 or part 2, but there was a day back in November where I legit hit the jackpot of outerwear. I hit the jackpot in outerwear at my local Goodwill, and I mean I came home with like probably, I don't know, 3 bags like full of stuff, and so I got a bunch of really great items. I got kids stuff too. So one of them that I got was a Land's End boys squall winter jacket. It was a size 8, which is a, you know, I think all kid sizes are pretty good, but this one I paid $7.99 for it and I sold it for $20. And then the next one that I had was a North Face boys reversible puffer coat. Super cute. It was navy on one side and then maroon and navy striped on the other side. Really great condition. Both of these were in excellent condition. The puffer was a size 6, and that one, again, I bought it for $7.99 and it sold for $43. So between the two, the North Face one obviously was a better sell. I made more profit on that one. But the Land's End, I mean, I don't know, I probably made like 10 bucks on that. Not horrible, but not great. I should also mention I'm pretty impatient when it comes to selling things. So if it's been sitting for a while, I'm gonna be making lots of offers to people. I don't want to hold on to inventory for a long time. I know a lot of people like to do that, but that's just not something that I am really into. Okay, the next item that I had was this Anthropologie tiny blouse, and Tiny is the brand name on it. I paid $2.50 for it. Makes me think that I probably got it at Goodwill. It was probably $4.99, but it was on a half price day. So I paid $2.50 and I sold it for $28. So that was a really good sale. It was a size small. Smalls do okay for me, but I like the larger sizes better. The next item that I have is a BCBG peplum blouse, and this was one. So while I said we don't have a bins by me, we don't have a Goodwill bins. There is a separate thrift chain that does have, it's kind of like a bins, but it's not, they sell it by the pound, so whatever, same concept. I stumbled, like the first time that I was there, I found this BCBG blouse and I just thought it was so cute. And I was like, well, it's BCBG and you know, like I'm paying 50 cents for it, so who cares? It's amazing. The sucker sat forever. I finally sold it for $15 and I was just glad to get rid of it. So I will not be buying BCBG again, or at least not that kind of a garment. Maybe if it's something special, sure, but not just a regular run-of-the-mill blouse. Unfortunately, it was not my size. Otherwise, I would have kept it for work, but okay. Next up, I have a, what is this? Oh, duh. Again, more outerwear. So I found a kid's, I think it was a little girl's. It was a little girl, size 4 or 5, Columbia zip-up fleece jacket. I thought, you know, I thought this one, I know Columbia doesn't sell very well for resale, but I paid $2.99 for it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. It sold for $15. So again, not the greatest of items. If I see it again, I probably won't pick it up. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it, not worth my time. But at least I made some profit. You know, it wasn't negative, so I'd shy away from that in the future though. Okay, next up, oh, this one broke my heart. I found an Eileen Fisher, kind of like a linen jacket. And I say a jacket, but it wasn't an outerwear jacket. It was almost like one that was kind of like a blousey jacket that probably at one point in time had a matching pair of pants that went along with it. I found it at this bins location, so I probably paid like 50 cents for it. I had never found Eileen Fisher anywhere prior to this. So I was just pumped because I know that Eileen Fisher sells well. So I was like, well, obviously I'll just take it, throw it in. It was a size petite large. Typically like off sizes, you know, petites tend to sell well, larges tend to sell well. I thought this thing would sell. I was wrong. Like I was so wrong. I finally ditched this thing for $12. So I still made some money on it, but I will pick up Eileen Fisher in the future, but I will not be picking up this drab kind of simple run-of-the-mill style again. Okay, so up next we have a beauty product. This is a Carasilk smoothing cream, type of like hair lotion. I honestly don't know where I got this thing from. I know I didn't thrift it. I had it. Like this was like my personal stash. I was just going through a bunch of stuff and like decluttering the house and I found this thing and I was like, I don't even know why I have this. So I sold it. So I didn't pay anything for it, or I don't know, maybe I did like years ago. But anyways, I was just selling stuff around the house. It sold for about $12. So I was just happy to get rid of it and send it to a good home. And you know, it's not going to be in a landfill. Somebody's going to use it. So I would not pick it up though if I saw it out at the store. This next one, this was another one that kind of surprised me. So it is a Ralph Lauren equestrian shirt. So it's this really beautiful purple color. It has, you know, the brindle or the bridles, that cool equestrian design on it. And I thought for sure, what size is this thing? It was a small, okay. But still, like I just thought for sure, like it's such a cute blouse. It's kind of like that classic Ralph Lauren look. I thought it was gonna go like that. I thought it was gonna get top dollar. I think I originally listed it for $50, which let's face it, that's just being greedy. I bought it for $9.99, so 10 bucks. I wound up selling it for 30. And this was another one that, I mean, I made okay money on it, but I thought I was gonna make more, and I thought, you know, I was just disappointed, but I'm glad it sold. Okay, now this one. This is a good one. This is a really good one. So I was at Goodwill, and I was about to leave. I'd kind of like, you know, hadn't found anything that day, and as I was like on my way out, I sort of saw like one of the carts, like the worker was just like wheeling a new cart out, and they had this really cool backpack on it, and I picked it up and I was like, this backpack's amazing, like I'll just keep this for myself. So I grabbed it and I paid, how much did I pay for this thing? $3.99. Beautiful, genuine leather, tooled backpack. The size of it, it wasn't like a tiny backpack, it wasn't like huge, it was just like that perfect kind of like book bag size. Lo and behold, I look at comps and apparently the thing like retails brand new for like $400. Yeah, so I was super pumped. I listed it right away. I was torn, like I wanted to keep it just because it was so beautiful and just really cool, but like in my heart I knew like I'm not going to use this thing, and she needs to go to a new home, to somebody who's going to appreciate her and use her. And so it wound up selling for $190. I don't remember what I listed it for initially, probably like $250 or something, and I probably assumed that I wasn't going to get that price. It did have some wear on it. I definitely disclosed all of that in the listing, because with something that's higher priced, I mean, I want to make sure that that's not going to be returned back to me. It was just a beautiful backpack. It did have some wear. It was broken in very well, but I mean, for a couple bucks and then selling it for $190, like, I'll take that sale all day, every day. The next one, this was another one. I don't know, I second guessed myself on this. So it was a Free People vegan leather bibs. I believe they were a size medium. They're the most interesting looking things. Definitely not something that I would ever wear, but I picked them up because they were brand new with tag and they said Free People on them. And I thought, well, Free People sells. So I grabbed them. I don't remember what like the MSRP was on them, probably like $128. I'm sure I probably listed them for like $100 or something like that. Wound up selling them. It took a couple months, which I don't know. I think I'm just impatient, because I was going to say I was disappointed, but who cares? Like I bought it for $10 and I sold it for $80. So that's a great sale. I get impatient, I guess. So I don't know. They were kind of cool and interesting. I'm glad they found a good home. All right. The next, okay, I had another North Face little boys green zip up. I paid $10 for it. I sold it for $25. Nothing really special about it. I made some money. I don't know, like I'd probably sell that again if I found it. All right. Then I found at this Bins location, I don't know how you pronounce this, Umji? It was just kind of like this cool dress. I thought it had kind of like a peasant boho sort of vibe to it. It was new with tags. I paid 50 cents for it. I thought for sure, like when I looked at comps on this brand, I think they were selling for like $40. So I was like, sure, of course I'll get $40 for it. Cool. No, I didn't. I got $15 for it. So that was kind of a disappointment. I mean, granted, I still made money on it, but if I find this brand out again, I will not pick it up. And I think one of the things was that, you know, when I went back and I looked at some of the other comps, because I was like, why is this thing like not selling? I know I looked at this brand, but the ones that were selling, quite frankly, they just looked cooler and they were in better colors. The one that I had was kind of like this drab beige, and it had some teal and, you know, like some cute accents to it, but I don't know. It just wasn't that cute, I guess. It wasn't that appealing. It didn't bring people in. So I'm glad it sold. I'm glad it's out of here. I will not be buying that brand again. Another North Face. This one was a women's, I have it labeled in my computer here as brown furry jacket. It's one of those like kind of plush, I don't know, furry fuzzy kind of jackets. It was in impeccable condition. This was another one. I thought it was gonna sell for more. I probably had it listed at 50, but somebody made me an offer at 35 and I took it. I paid 10 for it. So I would pick up this one again. I will pretty much pick up North Face all day, every day, as long as it's in really good condition and I can get it for a good price. All right. Then I have Nexus hair gel. Kind of an odd thing. I stumbled upon this one. So I really like to, let me back up a bit. I really like to thrift apparel. It's just, I don't know, it's what I'm into. Everybody has their thing that they like. I like to thrift apparel. But I was following, gosh, I don't know what her real name is, but on Instagram, her handle is thrift to travel, and she thrifts beauty products, like discontinued beauty products, hard to find beauty products, things that basically she can find at the thrift store in brand new condition, and she can sell it for like $50 to like even more. Like the things that she finds, like I would never even think of it. She's a really good one, I would say, to follow on Instagram, part of the reseller community. She just, I don't know, she finds the most interesting things. And so I really liked watching her videos. At that time, I think she was selling a bunch of Starbucks stuff. She loves to sell Starbucks. Another thing that I'm not really into, but you could make some good money selling Starbucks if you do it right. So she was posting videos about that, and I kind of got sucked in, and then she was showing all of her beauty products. Well, this one, this Nexus hair gel, I just grabbed it when I was at Goodwill because I thought, well, it's in brand new condition. Like, it still had the cellophane wrap around it. I was like, well, I'll just check, you know, I'll look up a comp. Sure enough, like this stuff was selling big time. So I purchased this brand new condition, $2.99, and I sold it for $50. Heck yeah, heck yeah. I don't know, I have not found any other cool beauty buys like this one, but I have to say I do check the beauty section now, whereas in the past I never really did. Next up, I have a pair of Coach flats, like ballet flats. These I got for dirt cheap, not at Goodwill, at like some other local thrift store. They were having some sort of like clearance, like blowout sale. It may have been a Black Friday sale, I'm not sure. But I got these flats for $3. They were a size 8, which is a pretty common average size. If I sell shoes, like I try to like get them in sort of like those average sizes, particularly if they're like kind of worn and stuff, because they just sell well for me. And I sold them for $22. Now I was going to keep these, except they didn't make my feet look cute. And I'm sure you ladies out there can relate when you buy a pair of shoes and you're like, of course, they're ballet flats. I wear ballet flats every day. They're gonna look amazing. No, they didn't. They looked weird on me. But they were a different sort of specific style, I guess, so whatever. I sold them for $22, and so I made some decent money doing that. I would definitely sell those like all day, every day. They were in good condition and they sold fast. Like I think I sold them in like within a week. So that was amazing. I've got 2 more items here, 2 more. And then we'll get to the good stuff, the numbers, right? The profit. I found a Fossil crossbody bag. This thing, I bought it for $5 and I sold it for $20. I thought for sure I'd get a little bit more on it. Fossil is something that I never knew like it resold well until I started like checking comps and looking at things, and it does. It sells very, very well, but I would say you really want to look for styles that are a little bit unique. The one that I had was extraordinarily plain. So I don't know that I would pick that one. Maybe I would pick it up again. I don't know. It might depend on my mood that day. But if you find Fossil and it's in a very modern style and it's maybe got like some cool details on it, definitely pick it up as long as it's a good price. Okay, my last one. Ooh, this one was like my favorite. It's totally my favorite. Okay, I had a North Face limited edition Olympic jacket in a size XL. So this jacket I got on that same day that I found all this other North Face stuff. Like, I don't know what it was, if they were like hoarding the stuff in the back, and it got cold like suddenly early here in the Midwest. Like I think we got like 6 inches of snow on Halloween, which it gets cold here. I got it earlier, fine, whatever. But that was like a little much even for us. And so I think they were just like maybe holding on to things until it got really cold, and then they just started wheeling it out. And I was at this Goodwill for probably 2 hours that day, just like a normal full price Goodwill. And as they're like wheeling these racks out, like I just couldn't believe it. And this is the one, I was in the checkout line like ready to go, and they wheeled out another rack, and I just kind of like glanced over at it and I saw there was a black jacket and had a North Face logo on like the back shoulder. And I just got right out of the line, and I went and I grabbed it, and it was so cool and it's unique, like brand new condition, new without tag, looks like it had never been worn. I paid $35 for it, and it sold for $300. Yes, yes. I was pumped. I knew when I found that one that it was going to sell, and it was going to sell for a good price. I was just, I don't know, I was pumped. So, you know, when you find those things, like, jump on it. Okay, so let's get into like the real numbers here, right? Because that's what you want to know. Where did I put this? Okay, so my final numbers. So what I do is I use finalfeetcalc.com when I am just sort of like trying to calculate these numbers. Otherwise, I have a separate spreadsheet that I just keep track of all my sales. I will definitely say, if you are going to start reselling, treat it like a business from day one. Like, you really do need to be able to track, like, how much are you spending on your inventory? How much are you selling it for? How much are you charging shipping? All of that like factors into, along with a couple other things, into how much eBay is going to take for their part of their, you know, seller fee or their commission that you have to pay to them. So definitely treat your reselling business as a business and track everything. If you sell enough, you're gonna have to pay taxes. So trust me when I say it's just best to be very good about keeping clean books from the very beginning. You never want to have to like recreate your entire year's worth of selling. Like, that would be a nightmare. So just keep clean books. Okay, so for all of these items, I sold them. So the selling total was $1,025. The shipping charges were $132.34, and I do not do free shipping. So the buyer pays shipping. So I put that in here as well. The total cost of all of my inventory was $118, and I do not have an eBay store. Like, I just do this as like one-off, you know, kind of like in my free time. So with all things considered, and then of course eBay takes their cut of the pie, right? My total profit was $757.40. Heck yeah. I love it. I love it. I mean, this is the type of stuff that I just love seeing because, you know, I just do this on the side. I do it for fun. I love it. I also really like making extra money. So if you are interested in reselling, making some side hustle money, and being able to do it on your own time, like, I would highly recommend reselling. There's tons of sellers out there. You can go onto Instagram and just do hashtag reseller community or hashtag eBay reseller, and you will find so many people that, like, on the regular, like daily, they are constantly uploading and telling you exactly what they're selling, what they're finding, what are the going prices, what are the comps look like. It at least gives you an idea of like what to look for. And even if, you know, I like to sell a lot of apparel, I'll do a little bit of like hard goods and beauty, but not much. Like, I just like the apparel stuff. But if that's not something that you're into, there are so many other resellers out there that sell things like hard goods, like vases and china and little collectibles, toys, shoes. Oh my god, shoes are so cool. Like, that's like a whole separate thing. But there's something for everybody, I guess is what I'm saying. And the other cool thing about having reselling as a side hustle is that you can do it on your time. You know, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. So great example for myself is like August and September, like, I hit it hard. I mean, I was selling all sorts of stuff. I probably sold 3 or 4 times as much in that time period than what I just shared today. But then when the holidays came, it got really busy at work, and we were traveling, and then we did some more traveling, and I kind of just wanted to like take a little bit of time and, you know, not be doing the side hustle. So for about a month or so, I didn't really put a lot of time or effort into it. I still had my listings up, but I was not actively going to the thrift, and I wasn't listing new items, but I was still selling things, which was kind of cool. It slowed down a little bit, but I was still selling and making great profit. And I just think it's a really great side hustle for somebody who, you know, maybe you don't have a lot of money to invest, and you know, maybe you don't have a lot of time, or it's very volatile in terms of how much time you can devote to it. try reselling. You will not be sorry. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. I will have a ton more great content coming back at you. I like to post videos about personal finance, side hustling and launching a business, and then I do some lifestyle stuff too. So come back for all of that stuff. Until then, see ya.